Hello, my darlings. Happy Wednesday to one and all, and welcome to another speed build for our Base Game Plus series. We are now in the world of Oasis Springs, and I really wanted to start off with a lovely little mid-century number. So we are on the dusty turf, empty lot, building us a two-bedroom family home. And yeah, this came together really nicely. I do change what I'm doing here. I was just working out a spatial awareness we were doing there, not a floor plan, just so I kind of knew the space that we were going to get within the interior. So yes, here we are. Here we are in a new world. We are in, as I said, Oasis Springs. And I like this neighborhood because it's got all of these lovely little mid-century homes, and I wanted to put my own stamp on it. So I went for this vibe here, this little number here. And I did want to make this look a little bit fresher. So I go for a bit more of a modern vibe with the color choices and stuff. Go for a little bit more of a black timber frame kind of vibe with some lovely exposed stone. And I really enjoyed how this all came together in the end. I very much did indeed. And yeah, so with this world, we have got, I think there's another 3 lots that I'm going to do with Oasis Springs. A couple of them are going to be community lots, and we're going to do another family home. But it's going to be a big family home in a kind of Spanish sort of revival kind of style. That's what I really want to do. So that is what we're going to be doing. And that's going to be a nice big 4-bedroom house as well. So it's going to be a big old boy, that one, or girl, or a they, whatever they want to be called, you know. So that is what we're going to be doing. Very excited. But that is not what we're doing today, because obviously we're onto this lot. So it's just a little short ditty today. This build came together so fast, actually. I didn't get to bloody say anything, and it was done. It was absolutely done. But yeah, I had a lot of fun building this. I really did. So I just want to say a big thank you as well to all of you lovelies that watched my House Flipper 2 video yesterday. So lovely of you to leave all of those lovely comments and stuff. It was just so nice. It's so refreshing as well just to have a bit of a different game on the channel. As much as I love the Sims 4, it will always have my heart. It's very nice that I said I was going to mix things up this year, and I haven't started properly yet. A bit of Inzoi here and there, but I've just got a good feeling about House Flipper and maybe some other games in the future as this year progresses. Don't worry, they'll all kind of be stuck in the same vein of me building stuff, because that is just one of my favorite genres to play anyway. But yeah, very excited. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful support. It's just lovely to have all of you around this community. It really is. I wanted to use these stepping stones, and I kind of staggered them up just so it looked a little bit, I don't know, a little bit fancy, shall we say. And yeah, I really like the vibe of it. I kind of wanted this house to look very manicured and very perfect. So I go ahead and use some grass tiles, plus some terrain painting as well, just to make it look that kind of vibe. You know, like the Edward Scissorhands-esque kind of street. I wanted that to kind of come forward here. I do a few little half walls at the front here. I just wanted a few planters in the front. I wanted to have a big pop of greenery with this build. And yeah, I like it. I do love a mid-century build in any kind of form. It's just one of my favorite architecture styles, to be honest with you. We don't get to see this this is a very much American mid-century sort of like shape. We don't really have these in the UK, to be honest with you. It's just, we went very much kind of like bare brick kind of vibe. I can't really like explain the mid-century vibe in the UK, to be honest with you. Very clean lines, everything's got a use. It's not the prettiest thing to look at, to be honest with you. So it's nice to bring in a little bit of Americanism with this kind of vibe. And do you know what? I'm for it. I'm absolutely for it. Look at that perfect lawn, isn't it stunning? We put a few pops of greenery out here. I do a nice hedge down on this row here as well. You obviously saw me put that carport in. I just thought it was nice to have a little area where they could park the car underneath. And we put some banana or plantain trees in here, and I just think it suits the vibe of the area really nicely. Didn't want to go overboard with too much greenery everywhere, so I just kept things to the flower beds and made sure that the plants that I'm using kind of make sense to the environment around it. And that is how I build day to day anyway. But yeah, I thought it came together quite nice here. It really did. What am I doing here? Oh, putting in a little bit of soil under the trees, are we, darling? Lovely. So this is a 2-bedroom family home. It has got an open plan living kitchen and diner area that I kind of play around with the platforms a little bit in here. Nothing too hefty, just lift up one area compared to the rest, and it just made it look a little bit more interesting. It really did. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. The only problem is it's not really a really realistic floor plan on the interior, because with one of the bedrooms you've kind of got to go through in the kitchen area to get into one of the bedrooms. It's fine for The Sims, but I don't know, would that be a thing? Not really in the UK. I can't say about anywhere else in the world, but I decided on bringing it in with this build. It was fine. It looks good, and you're close to the fridge, you know, so you're winning as far as I'm concerned. Nice big back patio area. Bloody hell, I could not get that out. I put in a nice, big patio. It's got a nice dining area. I've put a big tree out here as well, just because I could imagine this gets quite hot in the summer. So we put the chairs and table underneath of there, just so they can sit out here and have a little bit of a barbecue or whatnot. It's got a big swimming pool, some sun loungers. Again, with this series, I'm trying to go in with sort of EA limitations. So I'm not going hefty on the over styling and over detailing of everything. I'm just making it look simple, clean, and just well put together. And I think we achieved that today with this build. I do like the way that this build looks. With the interior as well, I go for a very nice modern kind of vibe in the interior, with a few little quirks here and there. I'll point the quirks out when we get to it. But yeah, I thought it was very nice, and the family that lived here, I've player tested all of this build, so as soon as you see this will be up on the gallery. Depending on what time I get back tonight, I'm going out for some food tonight with Tom, so depending on what time I get back from there, I'll get it up tonight at some point, so you can go and download it, and it's all base game free, obviously. I think with one of the homes in here, I am going to use one of the kit packs. I'm going to do a base game with one of the kit packs. I don't know what one just yet, so just keep an eye out for that. I'm just going to mix things up a little bit here and there with some base game. And then once we're done with these kind of base game words, we can sort of like bring in a lot more packs. And I'm going to like limit it to 3. So if I do a build, I will make sure to limit that to 3 packs only. An expansion, a game pack, and a stuff pack, or a kit pack. Something like that, just so it's kind of limited. So that is what we're going to do. That is the plan. That is the future. So this is the interior, by the way, while I was waffling on. Very much base game. You just saw me just do all of that while I was waffling on. But I don't know. I tried to make it look a bit more interesting. Obviously using the new kitchen as well. It's just nice to use some new items after you've been using the same items for 10 years, you know. So I'll go for a nice, fresh, vibey kitchen. I do a little breakfast bar in here as well. I was going to do an island, but I just realized putting this down, I was like, no, that's going to be way too tight. Let's put it up against the wall instead. And it worked quite nicely there. I do shuffle it a little bit more closer towards the dining table, just because it looked a little bit squished. It looked a little bit squished there. And I just think having it pulled up to the edge and then it just worked. That's all I'm going to say. It just worked. But I just thought that was nice, that little juxtaposition with the green and the brown. I kept it kind of neutral in the interiors. Again, with all of these builds as well, I'm going to furnish them and choose lovely colours and bits and bobs like that. But I want you lovelies to make your mark on them and kind of adapt them to how you want them to be, you know? So you can grab these off of the gallery and put whatever packs you've got. You can change things. You can do whatever you want, my darlings. And don't feel afraid to re-upload them as well. If you want to upload them the way that you furnished them, then feel free to do so, because that is your prerogative. Crack on, my darlings. Now, it looks like I'm going to forget a bin, but alas, I put the bin of dreams and I just put it behind the breakfast bar here, just so it's near to everything. And I just think that kind of makes a little bit more sense there. Hides it away too. Now, the bathroom doesn't have any natural light because it's in the center of the house, really. The kind of house is, all the living areas are off around this whole area, but it's still a nice big bathroom. His and her sinks, hers and her sinks, they and their sinks, whoever, you know. But I just thought this was a vibe. It's got a shower, it's got a full bath as well. It's just a nice bigger bathroom. And it just looks fresh. Everything in here looks very fresh and new. But I didn't want to go down the route of doing my usual of mid-century and kind of making it look a little bit quirky. I didn't want to do that. And it was difficult anyway because we're only working with base games. So we've only got the boring base game stuff to do. Now, this is the main bedroom. So this would be the parents' bedroom or the guardians, whoever's living here. And I do a teen bedroom as well. I was going to do a children's bedroom and I was just like, nah, that's not the vibe. I still pick a bunk bed, but I put like a sofa underneath the bunk bed and stuff. And we managed to even get a TV in the teens' bedroom with a desk and a laptop as well, just so it kind of like, you know, a lot of things for them to do in here. And I kind of changed up the wallpaper a little bit and went a little bit funky and popped in a little smidge of orange into this room as well. But all in all, a very simple house using only base game. But I just think it flows really nicely. And I hope that you lovelies have fun playing in it if you do download it. But that's it. Very short today. I'm going to be back tomorrow with some Let's Build the Worlds. Goodbye.